Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Tuesday, March 24th. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning. Let's start off this morning in the green. Like to be working from profits, so took a signal, took one of my signals here from my signal group early this morning, late last night, and got TP1 on there, so that's why you see some green already this morning for the session P&L. Yeah, Tiger Trades, thank you for asking. I did get a fell asleep last night. Actually, took a nap. I really rarely ever sleep during the day. I got home after a showing, had dinner with my wife, went out for a quick bite. She went with me to my showing, and oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Thought I was in a trade. Let's take this guy off here. Yeah, I got back home and took about an hour nap. Got up, watched some YouTube, worked on the charts for about a good hour and a half, and went to bed around 10. So I got my 6.5 hours of sleep last night. So feeling refreshed. A few updates for today. We do have a signal up here at the 24,331 targeting the 24,322 and the 318 with a stop at the 339. This is right now on about a 10-minute pause until 8:40-ish. Or if price action doesn't get super crazy, we might be able to take it a little bit beforehand, but had mapped out a reaction area right here from the 24,248 to the 191, and wanted to take it on a flip, which I didn't get a flip here. Would have got my 30 points now in hindsight, but at least the reaction area worked out pretty nicely. Did increase position size for this morning, or I should say for the near time future. So increase my position sizes on all my follower accounts. Small. I mean, it's about equates to about a 15% increase in position size. So nothing super crazy, but definitely like how I've been seeing the market. Yesterday's trading session for me in general was not very good. But didn't base, actually was thinking of increasing my position size towards like the beginning of March. But I figured I would give the contract rollover about a week and a half to kind of play out. And to be honest with you, the contract rollover this time around for me personally really didn't affect me too much, didn't affect the signal service too much. Typically, there's a pretty good lull in signals after the contract rollover, and that has not been the case. We do have a decent amount of unbalanced volume sitting in this area right here. In this gray area. I'm not going to put my labels on here just because I don't want to confuse these signals right here. Again, hoping everybody. Did you increase using? Yeah. So my my leader count didn't stays the same. It's trading one E-mini. What changed was all my follower counts. I increased the size of the micros that they all trade now. So, and that's the nice thing about when you're able to use the micros on the follower accounts, that you get a pretty decent way to increase position size without going extreme. AP, good morning. Nelson, good morning. Let's see how the buyers are able to defend this green shaded area here. You can see how they repelled it. Todd Lewis, good morning. Yeah, so once again, you see my trade result right now is currently at one win. Took an NQ signal from my signal service that hit TP1. So that's why you see the green. We do have a signal sitting here at the 24,331. Started mapping out some gold signals again, and gave my signal members here this morning a level on gold at the 4392.6. That one worked out extremely well. Gave him another level at the 43, so I can get rid of this guy. Gave him another level at the 4381.1. A little bit more drawdown than what I wanted, but you did get the footprint confirmation. The level above, you got the footprint confirmation right at our entry. This one came in like right around here, So again, a little bit more drawdown than I would like to see. And then this one, I would say at this point, probably no good because of all the sweeps right here. You can see how well the reaction was, but we'll see what happens here. This was another level at the 4352.2. You can see how well that was a nice little dump there on the NQ. So I'm going to start mapping these out again. I did create a group in gold that, so I took my Apex PAs off of that group because I can't currently trade gold with Apex, so I had to switch that over to my Lucid funded accounts, Tradeify funded, and my cash accounts. Let's switch this over here. So we currently have a nice little unbalanced volume area that they just left right here. This looks like a pretty good trading opportunity here at the 24,245, targeting the 24,232. And what I'm going to do, hopefully this doesn't confuse anybody, but it is kind of confused. But this entire area here on this, from this footprint down, this is completely unbalanced here. So this could turn out to be a much bigger trade, depending on the confirmation. I'm looking for a scalp right here, but this could be a very nice... Let's see if we get a clean move to the upside here. I'm probably gonna have a hard time getting my TP situated here. Oh, good. So let's put this guy right around here. So another note that I am going to be changing. I am going to start implementing the average true range on my trades. So what I have decided is my scalps. So my scalping, these scalps right here, I'm going to give you guys TPs, stop losses. You know, if you guys want to do your 1-to-1s, perfectly fine. These scalps are going to be based off the 1-minute ATR, and my larger unbalanced volume areas are going to be based on the 5-minute ATR. I was kind of debating between the 5 and the 3-minute for these unbalanced volume areas. Decided to go with the 5-minute. So PMI came in just a little bit under expectations, but nothing super crazy on there. Tomorrow we got oil inventory report. Now what I'm looking for is an ATR indicator. If I could put on my screen, just showing like a little box. Oh, that's kind of cool. ATR planning. Oh, this is for my order management. Like a little box that would have like the different type of time frames on the ATR. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of like the actual ATR from NinjaTrader. So currently what I'm using for ATR is my trading view charts that I have. I've got those already set to the 5 and the 2-minute, or the 1 minute, I'm sorry. I agree, Grant. As I mentioned earlier in the part of the stream, a few updates. One, I did increase my position sizing on all my groups. A slight increase. I think it was like 12 or 13% increase on position sizing. And the addition of adding the average true range on my scalps here. Maybe probably should have just implemented one out of the two. But I've been looking at the average true range now for about 45 days consistently with my trades, and seems to be pretty the sweet spot seems to be in that 1 to 5 minute range. Well, GC held the line pretty well. Seemed to be a really nice reaction now area there, so I can kind of get rid of this one. That's three levels, three nice trades from there. I should say nice reactions from there. Last one is at the 43.41.3. I believe that's it that I had mapped out for today. That's in gold. Not far as much as news this morning yet. So now the worry in the marketplace is instead of the Fed's cutting rates, they might be looking to increase rates now. Obviously, if inflation is going to start going up, price of gas has gone up, and when gas and diesel go up, everything else goes up because the trucks are what brings our merchandise to us, so those are obviously going to go up as well. So that's something a little bit, within the last 30 days. That's a kind of a different outlook, I think, for some bigger institutional players. Us as day traders, we're looking at things super on the macro level in the grand scheme of things. So we're just trying to take our small piece of the pie. Not even piece, some crumbs. Found a nice, found another little level here in gold at the 43.98. Should get a good reaction here to the downside there at the 43.98. That's where I had my, that's where I had that gray shaded area right there. Some unbalanced volume sitting right here. That's where you're seeing the reaction there. I really got to use the washroom too. I really want to leave a open order on here. All right, I'm gonna go to the washroom. Try to make this as quick as possible. Try to keep the NQ down here for just a little bit. Appreciate it. Back in the nick of time. Looks like we hit TP1 there, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I'm going to reduce risk here. That might be a little tough there, but 3.5 points of risk here. Nice. Nice trade. Let's go. Let's go. That was a nice one. Right in the nick of time, too. Nice trade. Almost 34 points there. Nice trade. So ATR there was sitting at 32, so got a little bit more than an ATR there, almost 34 points. And all done with about 13 points of risk, of initial risk, and then drop down to 3 points of risk on the trail. I'd say that's a nice close to 1 to 3 trade, 1 to 3 R. And you can see how the session P&L, how that increased. That would normally have been about a $1,900 trade, maybe $2,000 trade with 34 points. Because my 30 pointers were usually averaging around 1,800. I will say we needed every bit of that stop loss, though, the initial one. We had about 2.5 points to spare there on the stop. I will say you guys as a chat didn't do a great job of keeping the market down while I went to go use the washroom. But that was kind of nice, making some money while I was not in front of the chart. All right, so now we've got here small push here by buyers. Actually, I say small push, but it's not really a small push. They've now had 2. So let's map those out right here. I will say something. This is kind of early in the ATR atmosphere. But I really didn't have any... so I've always done TPs. Like on my signal, my TPs are based on unbalanced volume areas to the downside or the upside, depending on, you know, which way we're trying to target. And for signals, it's hard to use the ATR because you don't really have an ATR. Well, you have an ATR when you get into the signal, so you can adjust your TPs that way. But the nice thing in my mind in that trade was, let's just take what the market has been ranging at. And my stop loss is already predefined. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some trades, not that I'm assuming, I know that there will be some trades where maybe my risk to reward might be negative. But on the NQ, if there's even average to decent volatility, from just what I've been looking at over the last month or two, return risk to reward should be a positive number. Now on my signals, I am targeting just TP1, so I'm not using my ATR on that. There'll be more on that in a little while. I'll explain my reasoning there. All right, let's see if they did. Buyers left a nice little spot right here. That was a go must. Yeah, so as I was stating, increased position size on all my groups. About a 12 to 13% increase in position sizing here starting this morning. Most likely going to see a reaction here. Just wish this band here was painted green. Let's see. There's the tap. They did do a good job here of kind of sweeping some liquidity, but they actually absorbed the liquidity there pretty good. Let's see. See what the 30 shows us here, if anything. Yeah, so for me, good non-trade here. Just didn't have any space. Obviously, this was still painted red here, so could not take a long from there just yet. So let's get rid of this guy if I can. No. There we go. Beautiful. Let's take a look here and see. Nothing yet. Nothing to change here yet. Now, We got a few good pieces of unbalanced volume sitting up here now. We got one right here, which is still not in a red area. But this one is, even though this looks a little sweepy to me. So we're going to be entering into this little unbalanced area over here, but you can see it's kind of sitting in fair value area. So we most likely will see a reaction here, but tough to take a short from here. But you could see how well that unbalanced volume area there, pretty nice little reaction there. Again, kind of sitting smack in fair value. So right in between the line of buyers and sellers right there. So kind of a tough one there to go after. My only issue on this signal up here, or I should say this trade scalp up here, is the sweep possibility here, which we're looking at the 283s. I don't know. We'll see when we get a little bit closer there to price action. I started a little poll here, see who's red, who's green. Kind of see little chat check in here and see how everyone else is doing. Signal members, let me know. YouTube, let me know. All right, so I got a green, one red, green, green, green. Nice. So far, 80% green on the YouTube chat. So it looks like the majority of us are green, which is good. Don't feel bad. The ones that are in the red, been there many times with you guys. And you never know what could happen in the next trade. Take a look at gold here. So I'll give you guys that level at the 43.98. So we tapped right into it right there. Nice reaction right there. So another good level there. Let me get my initial balance indicator on. It's a pretty strong move there. Fear index just came out with extreme fear. I think I can move this guy down. Just kind of reuse him. And let's bump this up just a little bit. Nope. Here, keep him in the red. Keep him in the green. I'm sorry, in the red area. Or the green. Let's take a look at the footprint chart. Sweep at the 175s. I guess that would be kind of interesting there, but I'm gonna take this trade off here based on this little sweep right here. I know we've still got some room here, but I am gonna actually switch over to a footprint and see maybe if I can get a good risk to reward here. If not, okay, that's a good non-trade right there. Did not like that sweep. Let's see what the 120 is doing here. Yeah, it's getting a little choppy here. All right, so initial balance is set for the morning. Go back onto this screen here. Let's get this guy situated. Let's get the IB. All right, so IB low is at the 24,134, and IB high is at the 24,319. Actually, might be a little off there. Yeah, I got another TP line right there. 24,317 is IB high. On the YM, I would pretty much stay very similar to the NQ. So I would still be on the 30, 60, and 120. A lot of orders sitting at the 50s, the 250s right here. Gotta keep an eye on that. Just a reminder for everybody, so tomorrow I'm going to be giving away a 50K Lucid Pro eval account. Congrats yesterday to our wicked winner. And Friday at 5% of session profits. Which now with the increased position size could be a good chunk of change. Like I said, I win, you win. What do you guys think? You think we visit the IB low here? IB low sitting at the 24,134. Grant says he's going to scalp along at the 150. That's an interesting spot there. I don't see anything there. I don't see anything there, but good luck. May the profits be with you. Big absorption here by buyers. Okay, looking at this footprint here pretty closely. All right, no flip there. to the 30. So we got the 30 and the 60. We got the 60 range sitting right here, and the 30 range right up here. See if they go after this liquidity here sitting at the 250s. So they stabbed right at it. Okay, we gotta be careful here now. The 120 just flipped this from red to green. So this scalping opportunity down here now doesn't make as much sense. Might be able to get a 10 to 14 point scalp here, but it's going to be a little tight. ATR is currently sitting at like 27, so this scalp right here doesn't give us 27 points even to the downside. If we take this trade, we really got to close out pretty much right at the right at TP. And there is a small There's a small sweep right here, potential. Okay, that's entry. Shit, I wasn't on my chart. Shit. I fucking missed. Wow, that came really fast, didn't it? Well, that was a nice, perfect little range right there that I just described. Wow, that came really fast. So my footprint would have came in right here. But that came in super quick. Super quick. Not sure if anybody got that one or not. So we're pretty much sitting right now at fair value. I assume nobody got that scalp there. It's kind of a tough one to trade with the footprint. We got an interesting little spot up here. I'm going to try to explain the best way I can. I don't got labels on this because I've got an entry here on one of my signals pretty damn close to it, and I don't want to confuse everybody. But we do have a really big piece of unbalanced volume here for sellers sitting at the 24,377 down to the 24,328. We have the IB initial balance also sitting right here, and I've got a sniper entry scalp at the 24,331. So kind of an interesting little combo of trade ideas here. So I already got a limit order here for my that's not right. It's gonna be right here. That I looked at that. There. I already got a limit order sitting right here at the 24,331. I will be on my probably The 30 and 60 range once again. Wow. What was that? Big bookmap just went absolutely berserko. Be very careful here. I'm going to actually cancel this one. That had to have been news there. So that was TP1. That was berserko. Big news, I'm assuming, hit there. Wow, that was nutty. And of course the signal hit TP1. Well, didn't give us a chance for the IB play. Yeah. Another thing I could have told you, and granted, this is hindsight, and this is based on news, but this is the exact pattern that I like to see on these bigger reversals. Straight move right into some high areas of unbalanced volume, which was my gold right up here. You got a really nice clean move to the downside as well. But that was a little bit too difficult, in my opinion, to trade there. I have to go down to the 1 second chart here to see, make sure that I saw it hitting TP1 for sure. I don't know about TP2 or not, but let's see. That was nutty. Let's get rid of this. Maybe, yeah, that tapped in here. That's TP1 and 2. Son of a bitch. Son of a biscuit. Wow, that was a monster move. All right, let me go back here to the 1 minute. And close out this signal here so that trade signals 24, 331. That was an instance where it would be better for me to have just gone to the bathroom. Not even been in front of the charts. I nailed that one, but... Oh, and I lost my IB high now. Let me get rid of this. This, and that. Anybody know what the IB high was? You know, I guess I can pull it up right here. It's this guy right here. Oh, that was pretty nutty. I can see here now. Nothing. 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 Okay. Let's get this back to here, and let's get this a little bigger so we can see it. Perfect. That's good right there. And let's go see what just occurred. So, I mean, the last thing I see is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Navy. Any ship passing through the Strait of Hormuz requires full coordination with Iran maritime sovereignty. I don't know what else. I don't know what else that could have been. Not sure, my people. Not sure. Nice little flip right there. Off of the IB on the 120. Not really tradable for me right now. So, interesting spot. He left this extremely unbalanced now. But what the hell do we do with it? How reliable is this going to be? When I don't really... I mean, I know it could have just been the markets, but it seemed really aggressive. And Bookmap is just going berserk. Bookmap is going berserk. That's a nice little long right there. I can tell you that right now. It's a nice long. Easy. Easy to spot right there. Again, super clean. Delta increasing. Classic reversal. Always in an unbalanced volume area. Big one. Easy reversal there. Markets are going fucking quick right now. Going quick. Not gonna lie, I feel like I've missed a few opportunities here, but granted, those last two moves, that this would have been happened. It's not my style of trading right there, but am I getting FOMO right now? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Oh, my son just texted me. He said he blew both of his Top Step funded accounts. Not very happy. And I'm trying to ask him what the hell happened to your stops. His brackets are always set at like $200 to $300. I don't know how he could have. And he was in profit. He was in like, he was considering taking a payout. I think he requested a payout from Legends yesterday. Feel bad for the kid. But you gotta learn somehow, buddy. I don't think he would have even had time. The way that the market just moved, I don't even think he had time to move them. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I mean, the range right now is playing out absolutely perfect. I mean, we're just literally playing ping pong from unbalanced volume area to unbalanced volume area. This is where it was sitting at. This is where it just came back into. So we'll see if they break through here or not. This pattern on the way up. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. That's my initial thought was slippage. Try not to look at my phone to see what his response was, but that's my initial thought. Because I know his brackets are always $200 to $300. They're nothing crazier than that. Yeah, Tiger Trades. I've never used deep charts, but with Ninja, you could do the same as far as a what the comments that you're referring to. Daily loss limit. I believe they do have the trailing loss limit as well. So you can set, profit target and be locked out for the day. You can set a daily loss and be locked out for the day. And even if you go in and change it, it'll change it for the next trading day, not for the current trading day. So there's really no way around it. You can't even call customer service to like increase. It's pretty good feature. All right, so one of my Signal members here said, news, Trump retruth, a post from Pakistan that Pakistan is ready to host talks. Not that there are talks, just that Pakistan can assist. Okay. So I believe with NT, the risk settings are for the live accounts, cash accounts. Not through from the NT dashboard. You can't set your Apex daily limits, but there's a lot of trade copiers that you can. So like Affordable Indicators has a trade copier that you can set. I mean, they've got it's got 110 features on there, but you're gonna have to rely probably on a trade copier for them. Well, you said deep charts will do it, so that's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna go get a quick bite. I'll be right back. Another big nothing burger. Got some fuel in me. I was starving. I did, yeah. Took a nice NQ trade here for 33 points. Really only risking about 13 points, maybe. I don't know, 13, 14 points. Then reduced my risk to 3 points. So that was a nice one. All right, let me see what my son has to say here. Oh, he hasn't responded yet, so he probably broke some rules today. Either that or his teacher's watching him looking at his phone. Hey, J-Loves, I like how you you come in blazing with the keywords there. No giveaway today. Got a giveaway tomorrow. 50K Pro eval for Lucid tomorrow. And Friday is a cash profit Friday. So 5% of my session profits there. Let's see if the market can move here a little bit. Let me just take a look at the 120, see if there's anything here we need to adjust. Don't think so. Let's see if they got any other targets that... this looks really busy up here. This whole thing here looks pretty busy. Best one is at the 24,452 to the 24,491. Seems like the next best big unbalanced volume area. Really can't find any scalps around here either. I tried. It's some pretty nasty price action. I'd say almost all my gold levels today worked out pretty nicely. Another one here at the 4400.8. This will look sweepy now. All right, YouTube, I think I'm going to call it a day. Not liking the price action here from the late, I guess middle to early morning. Super happy with the one trade that I took today. Actually, I took two trades. I took a signal. I would say obviously missed that signal there. Maybe got a little spooked with the book map there. But overall, super positive day of trading. I believe that gets me to over 7,000 for the month. So getting pretty close to that $10,000 goal that I kind of set for myself. And it's always good that when you do some slight changes to have some positive days with it. Kind of reinforces maybe things a little bit. Obviously, that first trade for me was almost a 1-to-3 risk to reward, so that was really nice. And yeah, just happy positive day here trading. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow I'm giving away a 50K pro eval account with Lucid. I'll give you guys a keyword there in the morning, and then Friday I've got my cash profit giveaway. So if you're in the green, try to stay in the green. Stay patient out there, and happy trading, everyone. Take care.